Hello everyone! Yes, I know that it's been quite some time since my last video, but then again I decided to take a break from YouTube because again I had to take care of more important stuff. Honestly, this channel is just a hobby. Of course, I'm very grateful for all of the companies that, well, specifically KeepHiFi, that has been still sending me items for review and all of that, even though, you know, I've been having some issues with the channel. I lost access to it, and as well, again, I decided to take a break, so those two things kind of combine, and that's why it has been quite some time. But regardless of that, today, as you can see from the title of the video, we'll be reviewing an IEM that I think has the potential to replace my TinHiFi T2 Plus, which is kind of my favorite IEM of all time, right now, at least. Today, we are going to be reviewing and talking about the KBear Ormosia. So, let's get started. So, I did an unboxing video of this. I think I'm not quite sure if I still have the footage. If before this you saw something, then I did. If not, I'm really sorry. But the unboxing is really kind of classic, let's say, from KBear, very embellished. It is a really good unboxing experience. You get a lot of things. You get the carrying pouch, a lot of spare ear tip as well. You get a cleaning cloth, I believe, and you get the IEMs, of course, with this cable, which I'm going to talk about later. But regardless of the unboxing experience, I must say that's something that you would expect for $80–90 IEM. At least that's what I believe they are going for. If that's not correct, don't worry, I will put a correction here. But regardless, these are not really cheap. You might find them for $50 or something like that. So for a $50 IEM to really impress me, it has to sound really good. And that's why the TinHiFi T2 Plus is my favorite, because it has everything. Why am I saying that the KBear Ormosia are a very likely replacement for my T2 Plus? Well, let's start with the base. So the base with the KBear Ormosia is a very tight base. It's not super heavy, or it's not super deep. There is a little bit of soft bass rumble, but really this is not a bass focused IEM. I would say that the bass is more focused towards quality instead of quantity. So if you really like a really rumbly, bassy, punchy IEMs, this might a little bit lacking for you. I'm not saying that bass is bad, no, it is really correct, let's say. Again, the bass is going for a more natural approach rather than more aggressive and musical approach. But now, what about the mids? So, the mids, I would say, are kind of the star on the show on the KBear Ormosia. The mids are really clean. The instrument and vocal presentation are really clear. Instrument separation, I would say, is a little bit above average, at least with my library. Vocals are really nice. They are up front, and especially female vocals shine with this. They have a very nice natural tonality to them, and they are very clear overall. Soundstage is on the wider side of the spectrum, but imaging is a little bit weak, at least in my testing. I don't know if it's my unit or anything like that, but yeah, imaging is nothing special really. Some details are lost with more, let's say, wider sounding songs, especially live songs. Mids are overall quite nice. If you are like me and you really like very crispy and clean vocals, these are going to surprise you. So now, what about the treble? The treble on the KBear Ormosia is what you would expect for the price. When treble really doesn't surprise me, I would say that is good treble, but in this case, is very good treble. Is a little bit on the sparkly side, so if you are kind of sensitive to very high pitched noises, then it's going to sound a little bit hissy for you, let's say. But honestly, I really like them. I really like how fast and clean it is. And the overall treble is not very aggressive. Of course, again, it is leaning towards a more brighted sound signature, but it is not going to make your ears bleed or anything like that. So overall, The KBear Ormosia is going for natural sounding sound signature. I would say that it's not a neutral sounding IEM. Again, it has kind of an emphasis on the upper mids and treble. So overall, it sounds very clean. I would say that this is not V-shaped sounding IEM, or at least not a traditional V-shaped sounding IEM. So that's one of the reasons why these might be replacing my T2 Pluses. It's just that the vocals on these are just a little bit better than on my T2 Pluses. These lacked the impactful and tasteful bass that my T2 Plus has. Of course, these are more linear sounding, let's say, and the T2 Pluses are a little bit more V-shaped sounding, but overall, the sound signatures are kind of the same. They are going for a neutral musical sound signature, but whereas these lack a little bit of bass impact, the T2 Pluses lacked this more clarity on the vocals. And well, what about build quality? So build quality is great, honestly. I really like that you get this carrying pouch, really heavy duty. And regarding to the IEMs itself, these are really peculiar form. It is not really traditional, let's say, but that's because you can wear these either like this, going in your ear, or over the ear, which is not really that comfortable, at least in my experience, because the cable doesn't have that preform ear hook. So you can use them in whichever orientation you prefer. And since they are not really heavy, even though they are made of, I believe, metal or some kind of aluminum here. Yeah, they are kind of reassuring, like these are not going to break or anything like that. But I cannot say the same about the cable. The cable is really bad. I don't like it at all. Again, I think these were like $80–90. Again, thanks KeepHiFi for sending this for review. I think I forgot to mention that. But regardless, the cable is bad, just outright bad. It doesn't feel of high quality. It is quite thin, in my opinion. And well, I mean, it is kind of a traditional, I believe, 6-core cable. But you would see this kind of cable with more budget IEMs, kind of like KC, QKC, and all of those. So yeah, to see this quality of cable in this price bracket is not really good. I mean, you can always change it, but then again, why you would have to spend even more for a cable? For example, I have here another pair of super good IEMs. These are the collaboration with Hawaiian Bite Boy, or HBBB, whatever you want to call him. And look at the cable that this one have. Yeah, this cable is just magnificent. This is one of my favorite cables overall, as well as the IEMs, but these are going to be for another time. So my point here is the cable is not that good for the price, honestly. It feels stiff. At least it doesn't get kinks or anything like that. It doesn't have any sort of memory. Well, not that much, as you can see. But yeah, overall, the overall package is really good. Just that I would have preferred to see even like an 8-core cable or anything like that, or if it were a 6-core, just a better waved 6-core cable. That would be pretty much it, guys. Again, the KBear or Ormosia are a really good pair of IEMs if you are looking to upgrade for your KCs or QKCs, whatever you have, because these are going to present your music in a really good manner. You are not going to lose any sort of details, but if your music relies on bass a little bit more, then yeah, you are going to find this a little bit lacking, even bland sounding. But with that out of the way, again, thank you so much for KeepHiFi for sending this for review. And also thank you guys for waiting for me and still watching my videos, commenting and all of that. And I will see you in the next review. Bye bye.